Relief for these Australians who made it to Beirut Airport, leaving danger behind to start their journey home.
The environment, the problem around here, we don't feel safe. And that's why we're living back.
But for many, leaving is bittersweet.
It's mixed emotions because we're leaving family behind. But I have my kids and family in Australia that I have to go back to. Our holiday turned into a nightmare. It was pretty bad. It was all around us.
The kids were witnessing the bombs as well.
It was a decision I had to make for my sake of my children and husband. And it's basically so we can be safe and sound in a place where we can feel safe, and at the moment it's not really safe here.
The rest of the world should get together to stop the war in Lebanon because, we got nothing to do with it.
The evacuation flights are for Australians, permanent residents and immediate family members. The planes are operating in a war zone as Israel continues to bomb the Lebanese capital.
Our message very clearly to people in Lebanon at the moment is do not wait to get the perfect flight home. If you are offered a flight, then you need to go.
We don't know how the crisis will unfold. The airport is open at the moment and we're urging Australians while they can to take the opportunity to get on a flight to leave because any day the airport could close.
The Department of Foreign Affairs is urging eligible Australians to register via the DFAT crisis portal to get updates on support and any further flights.
With no guarantees how long the airport will remain open, the Australian government is working hard to get as many people safely out as possible. Correspondent Natalie Whiting is on the ground.
Cyprus is regularly used as a transit point at times of crisis in the Middle East. It's only a 40-minute flight from Lebanon to here, and the island's well set up to work with foreign governments to assist with getting people out. The first of those Australian charter flights has just touched down here in Larnaca, and the second flight coming out of Beirut will arrive in around 5 hours. The government had said there were 500 seats available across those two flights. That this first flight that's just touched down had 229 people on board. More than 3,000 people have registered with the Australian government to say that they are interested in departing Lebanon. Australia's High Commissioner here in Cyprus has said that they've been working on departure planning for people out of Lebanon since the conflict started.
We realise it's a very stressful time for Australians and their families in Lebanon, and we've been working to assist those wanting to leave to depart Lebanon. And we've been working very closely and welcome the cooperation we've had from the Republic of Cyprus.
The people coming in on these flights will be processed separately. They won't be going through the main airport terminal with other regular passengers, and they'll then be taken on to accommodation organised by the Australian government. I understand they'll actually be staying at a local army barracks. Qantas flights have then been organised to take people on to Sydney. The first of those flights is expected to be Monday.
Israel is continuing to attack what it claims are Hezbollah targets inside southern Lebanon. It comes as US President Joe Biden cautions the Israeli government from striking Iran's oil supplies after Tehran's missile assault earlier this week.
Plumes of smoke rise across Beirut's skyline after another night of deadly Israeli airstrikes. Israel says it targeted the intelligence headquarters of Hezbollah. It also claims it's killed 250 Hezbollah militants in southern Lebanon in the past 4 days. Buildings have been reduced to rubble in Beirut's southern suburbs. Thousands of residents have been killed or wounded in just a few weeks.
The toll on civilians from this campaign is totally unacceptable.
Aid agencies say most of the shelters for displaced Lebanese are now full. More than 600 people from south and central Lebanon are sheltering at this school in the capital, having fled Israel's bombardment and ground invasion.
They destroyed every house and attacked every person, and they pretend they're democratic. What kind of democracy is this?
In northern Israel, the Iron Dome intercepts rockets fired from Lebanon. Hezbollah says it's targeting Israeli military sites around the port of Haifa. While in Tehran, thousands gathered for Friday prayers. Iran's supreme leader delivering a rare and defiant address, commending Iran's military for this week's attack on Israel.
The brilliant action of our armed forces was a completely legal and legitimate operation.
Iran's foreign minister says his nation supports a ceasefire throughout the Middle East.
On the condition of the preservation of the rights of the Lebanese people, and is accepted by the resistance and is simultaneous with a ceasefire in Gaza.
Israel has been weighing up its options since Tuesday night's ballistic missile attack. It's said to be considering a strike on Iran's oil facilities. That could have global implications, and it's something the White House seems keen to avoid.
If I were in their shoes, I'd be thinking about other alternatives than striking oil fields.
US missiles strike Sana'a and Hodeidah port in Yemen. These are retaliatory attacks after months of the Houthi rebels hitting shipping in the Red Sea. Watching and awaiting the next move as the war widens. Eric Twarchek, ABC News, Beirut.